Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Cody here, coming into you on March 13th with a little watch list that I'm watching into next week, and yeah, should be interesting. You see right here on the SPY how we had this 4-hour bear flag that has broken down. It's coming and it's breaking down. Obviously, I'm going to anticipate hitting at least. Sorry, I'm getting my little pin ready, but obviously come down to this level and then not even further for a test after this breakout. So you have your trend line, it's breaking down and hit lower prices. Now, as far as how the dark pool has been working with the late prints and things of that nature, go ahead and bring it in. So on Monday, there was only 4 million share of late sell prints at 425. The day prior, there was also 6.6 million that were late sell prints. Basically, everything's been a sell day. So they were selling on Friday, selling on Thursday. Wednesday was a buy. They did buy right here, which caused the gap up, but then it was quickly met with some selling again. They were selling up here, and then obviously there's all this selling up top. So anyways, the late institutional selling or late institutional buying, or however you wish to look at it, not buying but selling, the trades, the late institutional trades, appears to be selling. So anyways, like I was just saying, we have the institutional order flow going negative. You have this bear flag that is breaking down. So I think looking into continued momentum to the downside is definitely the smart play. And something also worth noting is as far as late prints go, usually you don't get them on the diamonds, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the ETF. But on Friday, we got a bunch of them. They're kind of late. Every time the diamonds late prints appear, I pay attention to them because usually it's a pretty good indication of what is going to happen in the near future. So if you look here, so all these prints right here, we're at, let me erase that line right there. They're at 332.30.76, and they appear to be late sell prints. And you ask, if you're going to ask why, how do I know the late sell prints? I'm just saying they're late because they don't match what the current bid and ask was. So in this instance right here, where it is where the print is 332.30, basically 31, the bid and ask don't line up to it, and we're below it, and it closed below it, so it looks like it was selling. So that being said, I think the next big move is gearing up in the market right now as far as direction, and I think it is to the downside. We have this, we're in this channel heading lower. Every single rally is met with selling, so came down, we rallied, got sold, came down, rallied, got sold, came down, small rally. I was expecting more of a rally, honestly, up to at least the 20 SMA or the 21 EMA for continuing selling down, but we didn't get that. And also, Friday's candle is a big bearish engulfing candle right at the 21 EMA, so I think, yeah, continue down to structure your portfolio in a bearish manner, basically. Long way to say it. All right, so now as far as setups I'm looking for, or I'm watching, so these are my favorite ones going into next week. Now, if you're looking for any bullish exposure, these are the strongest bulls I have found as far as setups if you're looking for some bullish plays. So here's ABBV. It is looking pretty strong, obviously uptrend. As far as order flow and big prints happening, there was a print right here, we continued higher, but there was some activity up here near the highs. And so I do want to see it at least close above up here in order to continue taking it higher. If you're a fan of the squeeze, we could also take a step back here. And then you see it's so bullish momentums and a daily all the way down to 15-minute squeeze, consolidating at the highs. Yellow to green to next bars on larger time frames. But you could also just easily look at this and see that the market's been in a downtrend, but someone forgot to tell the stock that it's the market's gone down. So Obvious relative strength, it does have yellow to next bar, so if you want to put a bullish play with some theta activity to it, so that also makes sense as well. So anyways, I do like ABBV. Another one I'm like is UMP. I really like this setup. This one I'm going to be watching quite closely for entry. So it was consolidating in this high base type wedge for several months. So yeah, basically go down since November. Consolidating, and we finally broke above closed. And then one of my favorite technical patterns is a breakout, retest, and confirm higher. And now we're confirming higher. So I will be watching this one for an entry. I'm probably going next week. And there's also been some heavy order flow at the breakout. So 1.3 million, $103 million went into it at 252.31, and then another $82 million at 253.89. So anyways, it was buying right here at the top to cause the breakout. And so, yeah, you have order flow, you have all the volume coming in right there, and it's a great technical pattern, and it's been holding up very well since the market correction. So I do like UMP for a bullish setup. Then as far as other bullish setups go, so that's my bullish breakouts, and then my other bullish ones for waiting for a reversion to the mean. So XLB, the material sector, has some bullish plays and bearish plays, but this one is looking, technically speaking, relatively well. So it was in a base right here, broke out, right here, consolidating, breakout. So now I just want another retest, and then once a retest, take it higher. So I do like that one to the bullish side. Having a hard time talking today. So Archer Daniel Midland, this one as well, has been having prints come in, volume coming in, cause the breakout. Now I just want to see it consolidate or pull back, give me some type of continuation pattern, and enter for a continued move higher. As far as this one, I don't believe it's in a squeeze. But we just go ahead and pull it up and look. So it is not. The squeeze is firing. So this one looks like a bullish play. Just need a reversion to the mean and take it higher. So you have the volume below you. You just want to take it higher. Next one is I'm going to look for a gold play. And the reason I say that is because IAU is where the Darkpool usually puts a lot of its money when they're trading, and millions of prints have been coming into gold, obviously, because it's obviously rallied up higher. But to me, this is looking like it's going to consolidate at the high, and maybe a pullback is about to come, because there was, let me pull it up just so you can see it. There were some prints on Friday. And it was well over 1 million. So this one right here. So yeah, it's at 37.73, almost 2 million shares. So to me, so 37.73. So we come here, we are below that level, and I can't believe that much might be going into buying right here. So I would imagine it's profit taking. But nonetheless, what I want to wait for, gold is being strong, obviously. And so just wait for a pullback, enter on the pullback, and then take it back higher. But it's starting the order flow is starting to say a pullback may be coming. And I don't think IAU is going to be the way to trade it. If you have a larger account, you trade GLD. If you have a small account, you trade GDX. All gold setups. So that was a bullish place. Now, bearish is where I do think you need your portfolio set up. And I do have some setups in here I really like. Like Take-Two Interactive. Really like this setup to the downside. So if we just look at it from a technical standpoint, so making lower highs, just stair stepping down. You have a head and shoulders formation right here. Closed at the low below the neckline, and then you have all this volume right here, and it is all above you. So that basically means this volume is going to push it lower. So I do think at least coming down, test these lows makes sense. And at a minimum, at least test this gap about, what, 147-ish, if you want to call it that. But I do like this setup to the downside. It looks very primed, ready for entry. So this one is going to be on the top of my list on Monday. Basically because you have chart pattern, you have volume, it's below moving averages, weak market, and in a weak sector, everything just says downward momentum. So we look at it from this angle as well. I guess not angle is the way to say it. Maybe I mean view. But even on a weekly standpoint, you see it looks like it's breaking down. Maybe test the weekly 200, which is right down there at these bottoms. The bottom here, 140-ish. Wow, 142 if you want to be technical. So, anyways, Take-Two Interactive is a solid short in my book, and so is Target. Target had a solid gap up on earnings, right? Was met right into resistance. Has been selling off. Kind of not really head and shoulders pattern or anything like that, but you see how there was support there. It did break below it, came down, rallied on news. Weak sector, weak market, back below all moving averages, back below the 50, closed week below the trend line. Some more, here's all the volume that's recently, the heavy volume anyway, that's been noted. And yeah, I like it further down. Another one I like short is Tesla, and if you're part of the Simpler community, you know that we talk about Tesla almost every day, and I'm sorry, Henry and Danielle, but I may have to short Tesla. Reason being, it's obviously been making, so there was like a triple top, another lower high, lower high, lower high, and then if you look at it from this angle as well, let me go ahead and so it's below the weekly 50. So I drew this trend line going across. So you tap there. It's kind of respected. Even if they weren't here, we can go ahead and remove them. This is a bear rally. Flushed down, rallied right up into resistance, stuttering, having a hard time. What, almost $600 million went into the stock right here, right in this consolidation level, and we are below it. So that points that this is potential selling, and further price action is needed. And there's tons of ways you can play it and however you wish to trade, but it's yeah, flushed down, rallied up into resistance with volume going against it, take it lower. It's I don't mean to talk too fast through it, but it's really that simple. All right, next is Square. This one as well. It's not quite, it hasn't broken down yet. This is a low base pattern. So it's a red 10x bar, lower of its 52-week channel. Stacked EMAs are negative. Like everything just points to negative momentum. You can look at this and just see it wants to go lower. One thing about this is there was a large print right here at this rally, right into the 50 SMA, which is that line, and it got rejected hardcore. And it's right here at support. I want to see it break the support level and then take it back down. So Square looks like a further short as well. We want to look at it with a weekly chart so you can see what it may look like. So 82, about down here, is obviously where support's going to be at 83.25-ish. So from 100 down to 83, that's a solid little move, depending on your timeline. Just needed to break, confirm this consolidation, and break down even further. So consolidate, you want to break, and then if it closes below this trend line, look to go short, and then you want to see an increase in volume on the flush down. So that was Square, and then Coin, and a descending triangle. So It's in a daily squeeze, bearish momentum, red 10x bars, red 10x bars across almost all time frames. The squeeze histograms almost all bullish. And all that being said, this is the setup. It's down at this trend line though. These little candles did get below and bounced higher, but it did close below. And I'm going to be patient on this one. It may even rally just a little bit more, give it one more tap before down, or if I do get another solid candle down below, I am going to go ahead and enter a short on this position. So say it does gap down here and then it can't break back above, that means the next leg lower I think is coming. So all that being said, that's the chart pattern. Get short on coin on the break of, actually let me go ahead and remove that so we can know. I don't know. I think it still looks like a short now, even though it closed below it. So, anyways, looks like a solid short right now. And then, say I got ROKU. It just keeps on breaking down. This one, the setup on ROKU. So these are my bearish reversion trades. Basically, I'm just waiting for a pullback or a rally to short into. So if you were in the gold room or the training room, I alerted a short against this resistance level. We took it down. So same thing. I want to see it bounce again up into resistance and then take it back down. Because that's a solid short in a weak sector. It hasn't triggered yet, obviously. Some of those other ones are triggering right now, but that one hasn't triggered yet. And Roblox is just bleeding down. So I want to wait for another rally on Roblox and take that down as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I wanted to go ahead and make this little video to make so you have a visual aid on what I'm looking for, especially if you're in the small account mastery right now, since I'm watching it while John's out handling personal time. And so yeah, so these are the main stocks we'll be watching going into next week. If you're in the gold room or training room, things like that, you know where to reach me to ask me with questions in the training room at 10 a.m. Central Time. And other than that, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And if you're in school and on spring break, enjoy your break. Other than that, then everyone take care and see you tomorrow.